Okay, now talk to you a little bit about Iraq. Little history on Iraq. Why did we go to war with Iraq? Who sent us to war with Iraq? And on what grounds did we really go to war with Iraq? 1. Why did we go to war with Iraq? Oil? No. Don't even believe that slightest. We were the only ones they were selling the oil to. The northern Kurds had the oil, most of the oil, and that was functional, and they were selling it only to the United States. So it wasn't oil. Weapons of mass destruction, Hussein already destroyed them. We knew that. Free people, we already had 2/3, well, the northern part free. The other part, it was only a matter of time before they freed themselves. Did they support Al-Qaeda? Well, Hussein did, but his 2 sons were very strong supporters of Al-Qaeda. And 1 or 2 of them was going to kill Hussein soon, and then Al-Qaeda would have a safe haven. But as of right then and there, no, they did. So why did we go to war with Iraq? Were they threatening us? No. Did Bush lie about it? Well, he kind of pulled strings and it, grabbed stuff out of the air and put it all together, made an interesting story. It was an interesting story. Some truth, some fantasy. But did he send us to war? No. He couldn't. The best he could do was to use our troops for 90 days. See, the president can use our troops anywhere in the world for 90 days, except for the United States. He cannot use it in the United States or its territories at all without immediate prior approval from Congress. That's Katrina. We'll talk about that later. Then who sent us to war? There's only one group that can do it. And every 90 days they redo it and redo it and redo it. Congress. And then the Senate. That's right. Obama said no to going because the reasons we went to war he didn't agree with. But he still supports it. It's still a war that Congress and the Senate sent us to. So why should we elect senators? Oh, are we getting out of there? No, we can't. We made a mess. We made a big mess. We have to fix it. We'll fix it. It'll be straightened up. It's the Iraqi people that are going to fix it, not us. But we were duped by our Congress and our Senate into this war, not the president. They knew the real reason, because I do not believe for one moment that they believed any of the garbage that Bush put out. Anybody who knew anything about the politics of the world at the time knows 3/4 of that was bull. So then why did we go to war? Afghanistan. What happened when the Twin Towers was attacked? Al-Qaeda, oh, we did it. And we said, okay, we're coming to get you. And Afghanistan said, no, you're not. So we had to go into Afghanistan. Only problem is that Afghanistan was landlocked. Look at the countries around Afghanistan. None of them was our ally. None. We couldn't get in. They wouldn't let us fly over. They wouldn't let us do anything. The only way we could have got in Afghanistan is we'd have to launch space shuttle and go over the atmosphere and then come down directly on top of Afghanistan. It's the only way. So we had to become an ally with Pakistan. And that's kind of a shaky ally. So we could get our troops into Afghanistan. Now, if you look, with Iraq being the way it is, we have a seaport in Iraq and we could transport from Iraq straight into Afghanistan. No problem. Or into Iran. Or into Jordan. Or Syria. All the hostile countries to the United States touch Iraq. All the hostile countries, Muslim countries, that were bent on the destruction of the United States touch Iraq. We needed an ally who was a friend of us, who could help us. Don't say we got Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was not a friend. Saudi Arabia did not do anything to help us. Saudi Arabia is anything but a true ally. Saudi Arabia says when we can and cannot use our troops. Iraq doesn't. If we wanted to send all 150,000 troops now from Iraq into Afghanistan, we'd be able to do it. Yes, we needed a friendly government. We needed a friendly government to the world. So, a hostile government, very exclusive government, was destroyed. We invaded another nation. We created a mess, and now we have to fix it. That's why we're in Iraq. No other reason. Well, I gotta go. Just think about that. Your Congress and senators know the real reason we're in Iraq. None of them have the gumption to tell you. They'll come up with all these excuses that sound good to the world, because that's what the world wants to hear. But they're not going to speak the truth. And you think they deserve to be a senator? A president? No. If they don't want to stand up and say, this is fact, this is truth, and continue with the lies and stories of their parties, then they don't deserve to be president. You have a nice day. This is JD. Thank you for listening.